And the Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Sometimes you hope a return will give you good field position. Sometimes it puts a touchdown on the board like that 93-yarder just did. They're just about to boot it away, full of energy after housing that last kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Pryor. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. So Texas will be in a hole thanks to that short return. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive day, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
The best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get it.
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Man, you could tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
They'll come to the line and try to get out of this mess on second down from the 5. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Found some space and crosses the 10 out to the 11. It's a pickup of 6.
And that's the problem with blitzing on defense. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. Defense dialed up the pressure, but the offense had a better play call. They ran it away from the blitz.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Touchdown, Miami! How about that special teams play?
And what a nice job by the punt returner. First thing he does, secures the catch, and you can tell they set up the return. He reads his blocks really well, turns on the afterburners all the way to the end zone. Special teams coming up with the huge play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. Bringing it back, it's Branch. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Caves! And how about the kicking game coming up with a play?
And he's in for the 2nd score of the game. My goodness. Note to self. Kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it, kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Defense will go to work now, and they won't mind at all after that 75-yard kickoff return for the touchdown. Texas. Coming out with it, it's Pryor. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency there.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety. Looking for a block. It's Branch.
The return is tackled down at the 37. And the Miami offense will take over.
So Miami's offense will go to work for the first time. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Line getting set on 2nd down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Miami 25, Texas 0.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll run play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to overcome that 2nd down incompletion.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
The Canes will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. And the Canes getting set on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They want to run it left here. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Wants to throw. It's Jordan. Throwing right. He makes a grab. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Got it back on 2nd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 3rd and goal, where you separate the wheat from the chaff. Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes! If these guys wanted to make a statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So they move the ball 37 yards on the drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
Texas, 0. Texas.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Pryor. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Under 30 seconds to go here in the half. Let's see how they play it on 1st and 10. They'll throw it on 1st down. Coming after it.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Clock still running. Almost certainly the last play of the half. Using his legs, it's Pryor. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Miami, 32.
The Hurricanes will kick it away to start the second half.
Number 19, set to kick this one, Texas.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Huge deficit to start this 3rd quarter. They just need to find something to build a... And that's a live ball. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
They'll give it to him again. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. The Shore hands, it's Golden. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And the Longhorns line up to punt it away. He might just try to kick it away from the return man because he housed the first one. Just needs a crack to get a return. Makes a move. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Miami! He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Pryor. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah.
They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. Looking for a block, it's Branch.
The returner brings it out to the 49. And the Miami offense will take over.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Second down coming up. Right back to the well. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Couldn't make the play on first down. They'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from the 27. Looking downfield, it's Jordan. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Miami 41, Texas 0.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Caves! And the route is on.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to advance on the football. Texas.
He'll bring it out. It's Pryor. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. This Hurricane defense has been an impenetrable wall all day, not moving an inch against these guys.
And it's a complete effort, Reese. It's the front. It's the defensive line owning the work up front. It's the linebackers running. It's the secondary all working together, reminiscent of the 2001 Miami defense. Under 10 points a game, putting together a performance today.
Feels like they're just inches away from their own end zone, and it's 3rd and long. Using his legs, it's Pryor. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes the grab close to the logo. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it, keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it.
Touchdown, Hurricanes! And the punishment has been extended.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone.
Texas.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Here comes the Texas offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Off play action. Fires to the middle. Finds a man by himself. The expressway is wide open. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass, it's Carr. Just a short pass to the tight end.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
The throw. Grab near the marker. It's Golden. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
And I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm. And we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball downfield. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.